Daniel Ponce de Leon and Rey Bautista. Bautista just 21 years of age. Bautista 1 inch taller, slight reach advantage for De Leon. Both weighing in at 121 pounds. You see that De Leon on our unofficial HBO Boxing After Dark scales has put on 9 pounds. Bautista has put on 8. Time for the rules with Harold Letterman.
The Daniel Ponce de Leon Rey Bautista fight is scheduled for 12 rounds using the unified rules of the Association of Boxing Commissions. There is no 3 knockdown rule. The doctor or the referee can stop the fight. In case the cut is caused by an accidental headbutt, we go to the scorecards if the 4 rounds have been completed, and you cannot be saved by the bell in any round, including the 12th and final round. Bob.
Rey Boom Boom Bautista from the Philippines, came from a very humble beginning. His father was a fisherman. His dad did some amateur boxing. That's how he was first introduced to the sport. A former Philippine flyweight national champion. Says he learned a lot from Jerry Penalosa's loss to Daniel Ponce de Leon. And he just feels supremely confident in his abilities to win this fight tonight. The psychological aspects, he says, are not a factor.
Well, he's young and hungry. That's the main thing, and he wants to go out there. He obviously wants to be the next star in the Philippines. This is his opportunity. We're going to have to see if he can really come through with this and perform well.
Well, Rey Bautista, in the biggest stage of his career, a world title fight for the first time. Turned pro on June the 12th, 2003. Has 110 rounds as a professional under his belt. And we will see how Bautista can handle the volume and the amount of punches that will be displayed by this man, 27-year-old Daniel Ponce de Leon. His boxing idols were Finito Lopez, Julio Cesar Chavez, and Daniel Zaragoza. It was a personal thrill for him as a kid to be co-trained by Daniel Zaragoza as he was preparing for the Mexican Olympic team, participated in the 2000 Olympic Games in Sydney. He's a businessman. He's invested his money wisely, but he says boxing is his focus, and he wants to make his 5th title defense tonight in impressive fashion.
Well, he definitely throws a lot of punches, and we want to see more better punches, better quality punches in this fight than quantity.
Daniel Ponce de Leon has made his entrance into the ring. He spent time in California, also from Guatemala, Mexico. Time for the introductions. Once again, our ring announcer, Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Arco Arena, Sacramento, California. Once again, it is the World Cup of Boxing being brought to you by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, La Cerveza Tecate, Tecate beer with attitude, Rockstar Energy Drink, party like a rock star, and Ice Link Watch, exquisite timepiece. This bout is the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Junior Featherweight Championship of the World. President of the WBO, Francisco Paco Valcarce. Supervisor, Richard DeCure. The judges are Max DeLuca, Steve English, and John Stewarts. The referee, John Shorley. And now, damas y caballeros from Mexico, Mabuhay, Philippines. The time has come to see who is El Más Macho. Introducing first, he steps into the ring as the challenger in the blue corner, wearing black trunks trimmed in white and red, and weighing in at 121.5 pounds. He is an undefeated professional fighter with 23 victories. 17 of his victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Tagbilaran, Bohol, Philippines, Rey Boom Boom Bautista. Across the ring in the red corner, he steps in wearing black, trimmed in gold, and weighing in at 121.5 pounds. As an amateur, he proudly represented his homeland of Mexico in the 2000 Olympics. And as a pro, He maintains a record consisting of 31 victories, with 1 lone defeat, and 28 of his victories coming by way of knockout. Defending his WBO Junior Featherweight Championship of the World, de Cuauhtémoc, Chihuahua, Mexico, Daniel Ponce de León.
Okay, guys, for the WBO championship, give me a good, clean fight. Touch gloves, good luck.
So we are set for the main event. Daniel Ponce de León and Rey Bautista, 12 rounds. Ponce de León's championship at stake. Bautista is hungry. Ponce de León can be defensive. But, you know, despite the fact that we talked about his last fight in which he didn't really sit down on his punches and he used volume to beat Jerry Penalosa, this is a boxer with 32 pro bouts, 28 knockout victories. So there's got to be some power somewhere in there for Ponce de León. 9 first-round knockouts in his career. Bautista has 1. Mentioned that Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions put together this World Cup, Mexico against the Philippines. It's been all Philippines here tonight at the Arco. They've won the first 5 bouts of the evening. But more importantly, a title at stake.
And if you look at the trainer, Freddie Roach, he's 5-0 with the Philippine boxers.
Alex, what's it like when the bell finally rings for someone like Bautista, worked his career to get into a world title fight, that first round of your first ever world title fight?
Well, he's doing good right now because he's not in a rush. He's taking his time, realizing this is the first round.
Well, Ponce de León has landed a couple of lefts and Bautista shaken up. It's almost like Daniel Ponce de León said, welcome to the big time.
He wants to get another first-round knocking there and build on his record. Definitely gave it a go that time.
Chant of Mexico, the Mexican fans, looking for at least 1 victory here tonight. Sacramento has always been a great fight town. Some great champions like Tony the Tiger Lopez, Loreto Garza, the late Diego Corrales, and Bobby Chacon. Part of the Sacramento boxing history.
Nobody really throwing a jab out there.
Sweeping left from the champion.
Bautista still looks a bit tight. He hasn't really loosened up yet.
Oh, nice combination.
Bautista's down. That was right on the chin. And let me tell you, the ropes held him up and he still looks really wobbly on his feet. Ponce de León wants to get back in there, wants to get him. Referee's giving him a good long count.
Plenty of time, referee John Shirley looking in.
This is it. That's it. It's over. And it just showed that Ponce de León was very warm. He started the fight off fast and threw combinations and went right after Bautista. It's like he did say, welcome to the big time. This is my ring and I want to prove it. I'm coming after you and I want to take this fight. And he did.
A right-left combination sent Bautista down the first time. They connected 19 power shots in that first round. He gets his 10th first-round knockout of his career in emphatic fashion. Daniel Ponce de León.
And Bautista didn't look like he was that warm. He was still pretty tight and rigid, and he got caught at that point when he was tight and rigid.
And we wondered about the 21-year-old Bautista in his first world title fight. Would he be overwhelmed by the moment? He was overwhelmed by Daniel Ponce de Leon. The 5th title defense for Ponce de Leon. And Boom Boom's looking for the truck number that hit him. Watch the right-left.
And here's the first knockdown, and it was a right-left, and it looked like Ponce de Leon threw the punch and didn't realize that it was so accurate, and it hit him right on the chin. And as you can see, Bautista's still struggling and struggled from right on the chin. He didn't even realize that he caught him right on the chin. There it goes again. All he seen was the reaction, and you seen the grimace on Bautista's face as he hit the ropes. Still wobbly, still trying to get the cobwebs out of his head. And here we go, and we're gonna see the knockout. Just didn't recover. The referee gave him every chance, but Ponce de Leon took him out. Great finish by Ponce de Leon.
Well, I mentioned, we talked about, as you get a look at the second knockdown again, the left hand's finding their mark. Talked about so much talk about him not sitting down on his punches in the last fight, but I did say he had 28 knockouts. Now he's got 29.
Well, nobody can say he didn't sit down under these punches. And that's what I said. He needs to sit down under his punches, and that's the kind of effect you get.
Let's get the official time of the stoppage with Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee John Shorley steps in and stops the fight with an official time. 2 minutes, 30 seconds of the very first round. Your winner by way of technical knockout. And still, the WBO Junior Featherweight Champion of the world, de Mexico, Daniel Ponce de Leon.
So Daniel Ponce de Leon with a very impressive first round stoppage of Rey Bautista here in Sacramento. As we take a look at the final CompuBox numbers, and it was brief, only 1 round's worth. And you take a look at the final punches, 20 landed by De Leon, 19 of those connected were power shots. So he landed 19 power shots out of the 20 connected. He was busier, and obviously Bautista was really not a factor in this fight, as Ponce de Leon took this fight right to him. 19 of 39 in the power shots, nearly 50%. And Bautista was never in the fight.
Well,
and the numbers will indicate that.
You know what was important for Bautista? Bautista should have been a lot warmer coming into the ring, because when you're in world champion boxing, you gotta be warm before you step into the ring.
Well, we're going to talk with Daniel Ponce de Leon in just a second, but just a very impressive performance, and he fought like a champion making his 5th title defense. He was relaxed, he stepped in, and he took care of business.
And he was warm from the get-go.
He certainly was warm from the get-go, and we have Daniel Ponce de Leon here with us at ringside as he gets the 29th stoppage of his professional career, dismantling 21-year-old Rey Bautista in round number 1. And we are joined by Daniel Ponce de Leon, and Ray, you're going to do a little translating for us. First of all, talk about what he saw early in the fight where he felt he could expose the 21-year-old.
Vino que tuviste temprano en la pelea que tú sabías que lo ibas a noquear.
Yo vine a tirar mis golpes fuertes, primeros golpes fuertes de la pelea. Tiré mis golpes fuertes, me sentía que apenas estaba empezando a calentar, a agarrar mi ritmo, pero gracias a Dios la preparación que tuve y la fe en Dios para ganar esta pelea.
I came ready to throw punches, hard punches from the beginning. I came well prepared, a lot of faith that I was going to do it, and I did it.
Because of so much talk about his win against Jerry Penalosa, where people said that it was a lot of punches, but many thought it was a lot closer than the final scores would indicate, did he want to come out and finish this thing early?
Yeah. Porque hubo mucho que hablar en la pelea de Penalosa, que te la dieron a ti, mucha gente dijeron, entonces tú quisiste venir temprano y hacer algo, pero con mucha expectativa.
Así es, la pelea pasada no me preparé así al 100%, me confié, y ahora me quise sacar esa espina de no haberme preparado al 100%, me preparé al 200% y gracias a Dios aquí están los resultados.
Yeah, you know, because of the last fight, I wasn't 100%, and I knew that there was a little something that I should have done more, and because of that, I wanted to make a statement this time.
All right, let's take a look at the first knockdown. As we take a look at the replay, it looked like a right hand and then a left that started.
Vamos a ver el replay, qué es lo que está pasando.
Ahí tiré mi golpe de izquierda fuerte.
I threw a real hard left.
Una recta que he estado practicando.
A real straight left that I've been practicing on.
Y cada vez me sale más fuerte y aún me falta más.
And every time that I connect that, it comes out good, and it's going to get better.
Did you sense that he really hadn't recovered as we now look at the end of the fight?
Así que tú sabes que después del primer knockdown no se había recuperado y le brincaste encima.
Así es, se vio que él no tenía piernas y ya faltaba nomás un toquecito para tumbarlo.
Yeah, absolutely. I knew that his legs weren't under him. I knew that he was still shaking up. I wanted to get at him right away because one more little shot would have done it, and it did.
Okay, after this very impressive victory, which fight does he want the most next? Is it Israel Vázquez? Who is it?
Después de esta victoria tan impresionante, ¿a quién quieres ahora? ¿Israel Vázquez? ¿A quién?
Pues la verdad que Golden Boy Promotion es el que decide. Tengo una pelea más este año firmada y 3 el próximo año. Tengo 4 peleas más, mucho trabajo, entonces puedo agarrar más fogueo, puedo pelear con ellos. O sea, yo estoy listo para darles una pelea a todo mi público.
Yeah, Golden Boy Promotions is my promoter, and they'll decide. I have 1 more fight with them this year and 3 more next year. Whoever they put me on, I want to give good fights to this public.
And finally, one more. Obviously, with the Mexican and Filipino crowd here, how important was it? I know it's more important to keep your title, but how important was it to get at least 1 win for Mexico?
Yeah, y después de esta pelea que estaba en México perdiendo 5-1, ¿cuál fue tan importante, aparte de conservar tu título, que por lo menos una victoria para México?
Pues yo, por mi parte, yo sabía que iba en una Copa del Mundo contra Filipinas. De mi parte, me preparé al 100% para ganar esta Copa para México. Por mi parte, esta Copa es para México, este campeonato es para México, y yo soy mexicano. ¡Viva México!
Yeah, I knew it was very important with this World Cup. Unfortunately, we didn't win it, but I knew I was going to win my fight so I can contribute to the World Cup. ¡Viva México!
Fantastico.
Thank you.
Daniel Ponce de Leon with a very impressive performance tonight as he dismantles 21-year-old Rey Bautista in round number 1. Lennox, you take a look at this fight, and there were the questions coming in about what happened in his last fight, but he really erased all doubts as far as that punching power, and now in 33 fights as a professional, he has 29 stoppages.
Well, let me tell you, I wasn't really expecting that, but he surprised me tonight. He came out throwing power punches instead of volume, which was important for this fight, and it paid off dividends for him, and he did a good job.